Right. All right. Good evening. I'm really excited about this interview. We have Kyrie Clark, also known as Totac, and this is awesome. He's come out with a book, and I have some questions to ask him about his book. But first, I want to read to you a quick little introduction of Kyrie, also known as Totac, right? So Totac is a native of Washington, D.C., and a graduate of Woodrow Wilson High School. He earned his degree in social work from Bowie State University in Maryland. From his own environment and observing other young males, Totac knows the devastating outlook and outcome for many boys and young men. He feels that they are not real men, no matter their age, unless and until they take responsibility for their actions and are determined to make their families and communities better. He will pursue his master's degree in social work with the objective of making a positive impact on the educational, social, and spiritual development of young males to get them to become real men. So, Totac, thank you for joining us in this interview.
No problem. Thank you for having me. Appreciate that.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Appreciate it.
I just want to jump into some questions. So, Totac, first question is this. Okay, so what is the name of your book and what is it about?
So the name of my book is As a Man, 100 Codes for Black Males. And basically the book is about just inspiring youth, especially come from harsh environments such as I come from. And so I just wanted to just motivate them and just let them know you can do anything you put your mind to, you can achieve great things in life. You know what I'm saying? There's no limitations on being great. You could do anything you set your mind to. So that's basically what the book is about. It's just showing them how to just guide them through life, you know, especially if you're a young man and coming up in harsh environments, just going through things that just like adversity, going through adversity and, you know, just overcoming that stuff too, just because I resonate with them so well. And I just want with this book, I just wanted to let them know, man, just whatever you put your mind to, you can achieve it. Trust and believe that.
That's awesome. That's powerful, powerful. Yeah. So tell me this, what inspired you to write the book?
To be honest, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm a writer on the low, you know what I'm saying? I love writing, like I love journaling. I put everything in my phone, in my notes, and especially with the pandemic, I said, you know what, let me write a book because I have a brother named Greg that I met at Bowie State University. And, you know, I used to always write in class because I write in cursive a lot. And he's like, man, one day you should write a book. And then, you know, this pandemic, it was the best time to do it, especially with all the stuff that was going on in the world. I'm like, man, you know what, I'm write a book. Actually, it's a booklet. So I'm writing a booklet, and that's what I did.
That's excellent, excellent. Now, you know, a lot of people feel as though writing a book is just, you know, such a huge, huge project. How did you avoid from feeling overwhelmed, and how did you go through a process in writing the book?
To be honest, the process I did was, and so on my phone, like the iPhone, you have a notes section in your phone. And so what I would do is every day I just write. You know, of course, everything was all over the place. So I keep writing and writing and writing it until I finished. And once I did that, I just transferred all the information from my phone into my computer. So you have to, I was just in that mode. Like everybody works differently. So I was just in that mode. So when I'm in that mode, I could knock about 10,000 things out at one time. You know what I'm saying? So I was just in the mode to just work. I just had a lot of energy. And so that's what it is. That's how I did the book, you know?
That's awesome. Awesome. Right on your phone, huh? You're writing down your ideas as you go along. That's excellent. Absolutely. Excellent. So approximately how long did it take you to write the book?
So it took me 2.5 months. It didn't take me a long time because everything is like brain power. Just, you know, compared to like writing a movie or something like that, you have to take a long time, a year, you got to make up stuff. So everything was just coming from wisdom and knowledge that I gained over the years, you know, so that's how I did the book. That's why it came out so quick, you know.
Wow, that's excellent, excellent. So let's jump into some of the key points in the book, you know?
Yeah.
So what would be one of the key points from the book?
So the key point of the book, I just say this, you know, whatever you, like, I always say this to anybody, whatever you do in the world, you just have to just have a strong mindset. So when your mindset is extremely strong, you can accomplish anything in the world. That's one of the key points I just wrote in the book. It was so many key points, but that's just the one on the top of my head. And so, just like when you're doing anything in this world, you have to have a strong mindset to overcome anything in this world, to just rise above any occasion that you face in life that may be challenging. You have to have a strong mindset to just overcome anything. When everybody going to the club, having fun, and you want to go, but you know you have school in the morning, you know that you have job in the morning, work I should say, just know you have to, man, you know what? I'm gonna do that later. I have to have my mind focused on, because if I don't have a strong mind, I could fall for anything. And so that was just one of the key things in the book that just off the top of my head. There was so many great things in the book, and so yeah.
That's powerful. Yes, I totally agree. Having a strong mindset is very, very important.
Absolutely.
What advice would you give to people about how to build and maintain a strong mindset?
Basically, you got to know who you are. That's the first thing. True identity. Once you know who you are as a person, I'm telling you, man. Once you know, nobody can sacrifice your integrity. Nobody can, just neglect who you are. And once you that's the main thing. You have to know who you are. You have to do some soul searching. You have to just basically go out here into the world and just go through things in the sense of, because life is your best teacher. You can go to school, you can go through many other things, but once you have enough experience in life, that'll show you who you are, and just, knowing what's for you and what's not for you. And that's how you have a strong mindset, and just knowing, okay, if I do this negative thing, this is what's going to happen. Of course, in life, you're going to have some, you're going to tumble down, you're going to fall, but you're going to pick yourself back up as you continue to keep on going on in life,
That's powerful. Powerful. I love that. I love how you said life is a very, good teacher. Wow. That's excellent. Yeah. Excellent. So tell me this, is that, what would you say are some of the experiences, some of the personal experiences that have taught you some key life principles?
Key life principles. So basically just going through so many things, like at a young age. Like I feel like I learned so many things at a young age when I was 13, just being, being shot, just coming up in like just a harsh environment. But like I said, I'm super grateful for those environments, because it taught me who I am. Actually, it taught me more than school could ever teach me, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, when I go through things in life, I always reference back to that. Okay, cool. Like I was at that stage in life, and now I'm at a stage in life now where everything it's like life to me is about wisdom. You don't have to be the smartest person in the world. You just wisdom. Just knowing, like I said before, if you do those negative things, this is going to happen. If you do those positive things, your life is going to be great for the long haul. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's all about instant gratification. So you do things just to feel good at the moment, but you got to think about it. Life is for the long game, Life for the long term. And so that's how I look at life, That's how I always looked at life. I don't want things right now. I leave things for a long time, long time down the road.
Wow, that's excellent. I can tell you have a very powerful, clear vision for your life.
Yeah,
having that vision
I know,
helps you to stay on track. That's excellent.
For sure.
So what would you say is, so how do you see yourself 10 years from now?
To be honest, in 10 years from now, I see myself with 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl. Marriage. See, that's a whole nother debate. We're going to get into that later, It's a whole nother debate. That's a whole nother argument for another conversation. And so, so I see myself that, doing well, good investments, making 6 figures, just living a nice, decent life, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the richest man in the world, because I just want to be happy. That's the main thing, being happy, because being happy means content. And sometimes when you want more and more and more and more headaches and more stress, but I'm good with just making 6 figures, maybe 7 figures, and just wherever God takes me to, and that's what it is for me. So I got a clear vision of my life, and just knowing what I want, knowing what I want to do, just invest my money, and just, and building my business on NRBK LLC, and just continue doing what I have to do in that realm,
Wow, yeah, it's powerful. That's awesome. So tell me this, is that, our mindset is often shaped by the inner conversations that go on in our minds, and how we are constantly talking to ourselves, right? So what would you say are some things that you tell yourself, especially when you're going through low points in your life?
I'm going to tell you like this. I always say like this. Life is like a roller coaster. It's ups and downs. Once I get through this right here, in the sense of, okay, say for instance, I have a good week. I know next week I might have a bad week. And that's life until the day we die. That's life until the day we die. So we're going to go through things forever, no matter if you're rich or poor. If I'm rich, it might not be, as deep, but I'm still go through things, I don't care. I don't care what you're doing in life. You're going to go through something, And so my thing is about just having a strong mindset, just knowing, what, this is temporary. Pain is temporary, you know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, matter of fact, it's temporary for us to be on earth. So you have to make the best of your situation while you're here. So whatever I'm going through, something I know it could be worse than this. I always tell myself that. And I'm going to get through this, and I'm going to always win. And that's how I tell myself in life. I'm always going to win. I never lose. I only win and I learn. That's it.
Yeah, I love that. Yes, you only win or you learn. That's excellent. That's excellent. And you mentioned how life being very temporary, and that's so true. How, our whole life is temporary. All of our relationships, except for our relationship with God, is temporary,
Absolutely.
And it's just an amazing thing how, and life is so very short, you know? So
Hmm.
tell me this, is that like in your life, you know, who are some of the people in your life that, well, let me back up a little bit. So in your life, one of the things about life being short and relationships being temporary is that all of us have to experience the loss of loved ones. What advice would you give to other people regarding how to cope with the loss of loved ones?
I'm gonna say this: everybody deals with death differently. So I can tell you, you know what, get over it, it's going to be fine. But you never like it's like this: people like losing a mom, losing a dad, losing a grandma. Everybody deals with it differently. Some people may fall short, and some people may use that as motivation to continue to go to the next level in life. So what I did was I had to understand this: I embraced death because it has to happen to all of us, no matter if you're rich or you poor. It's going to happen. You know, you can't escape death. What I do is I tell you, don't accelerate your death. Don't be out here doing evil things and wrong things to speed up the process. You know, take your time. You know, be healthy and just know that, okay, embrace it, man. Just know it's coming. But my grandma died. I just feel like, man, it's like, man, I'm not gonna say I became not. I'm not gonna say I became cold-hearted, but that's what really shaped me. Like, you know what, man, we all got to check out of here one day. Because my grandma was just one of the greatest people you could ever meet, and she taught me so much about life that a school teacher could ever teach me, you know? So I just had to realize, you know, I got to make something, man, because I know she always pushed me and she always encouraged me to do my best no matter what it was, you know, just taking me in, just, you know, try to just, you know, keep me away from negative things and negative people. But just when she passed away, I just realized, man, you know what? I got to make something out of myself. And that's what I use it as. I used her death as motivation to just keep going hard and never give up no matter what I'm faced through. But somebody can use, you know, their death or their grandmother, somebody, and do the opposite of what I did. So it's different for everybody.
True. Wow, that's powerful. And I remember your grandmother Nancy and how much of a powerful person she was. And I remember specifically her funeral and how like there were so many people that shared
People.
reflections of her love and how she
Mm,
always welcomed
yes, sir.
people into her home and everything and made people part of the family, even those that were kind of just in the neighborhood, you know? So
Yes, sir.
that's awesome. That's awesome. So tell me this. So speaking of your grandmother Nancy, what would you say are some of the key things that she taught you?
She told me so much about life. And one, she always told me never judge nobody because when you point the finger, it's three pointing back at you. So she always told me never judge nobody because of their situations and always be a giving person, have a good heart because in life, people gonna remember you off the things you did, remember your heart, you know what I'm saying? So whatever you got, and like say for instance, if all your cousins go out and you want got the money, you take care of your cousins, you know what I'm saying? And just keep on taking care of your family members, no matter what. You like my grandmother, like her house was like a barn. Anybody could come in, you know. She gonna cook for you, she gonna do whatever. Just trying to keep you out of trouble and just making sure you good. And she didn't want nothing in return. That's just who she was. Her heart was just pure. And like, you know, I feel like me, you ain't gonna find nobody like that. It's hard to find people like that. So, but those characteristics have, you know, shaped all of us. Me, all my cousins, even my, you know, aunts, uncles, my mom, everybody, you know. So that just what she taught me in life, man. There's just so many things she taught me that just stick with me forever. And that's why I'm just so stern and just so head on to just, you know, getting to where I have to go in life, you know, just determine my drive, my ambition, all that comes from her. Just seeing her wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning down this thing we call the Green Mile, like, because it was where we lived, it was a long path to get to the station. So it was called the Green Mile. And just her, just, you know, her walking down that path every morning, just going, you know, going to get the money just so she could bring back home to the family. So that's just what she taught me. Just always work hard, never stop working. Even when you're tired, even when you're sick, just keep going and give it your all. And that's it.
Wow, that's powerful. That's powerful. Wow, wow. You know, I heard a saying once that, you know, we receive a baton from the generations that came before us, and we all pass on a baton to the generations that come after us. And I
Absolutely.
realized as you were speaking, I was thinking about how, wow, you have received such a great baton from the people that have come before you, like your grandmother, you know? And so tell me this, is that, you know, as you live your life, you right now, of course, are creating your own legacy, you know, and people are always watching, you know, and everything. And people see how, you know, you are overcoming and becoming very successful and everything and living a very happy and fulfilled life. What would you say are some of the key things about the legacy that you're building that you're going to want to pass along to the younger generations?
And so basically my legacy is this, everything I do is for the youth, you know, because I want them to know that, man, listen, y'all, at the end of the day, life gonna always be hard. You're gonna have difficulty, but life is really what you make it. You have to understand that you're gonna go through things, you know, but don't let those things slow you down. Let the things speed you up until be the best person you could be. You know what I'm saying? So every day you should wake up in the morning being the best version of yourself. To the young brothers, to the young sisters, y'all be the best version y'all could be. Life is not over. You know, we all come from, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm put like this. In life, you know what I'm saying? You can't help the family you come from. You can't help the people that you love that, you know, may not be on the same page as you, but what you can do is help yourself. You can change yourself and develop into the person you are meant to be, because everybody has talents and gifts and are special. But sometimes we don't see that stuff, you know, because we just think, oh, life is over. I may have been in jail a couple times. I may fail. I may dropped out of school. Life is just always hitting me in the, you know what I'm saying, in the very end. But you have to understand like this, hey, God never gonna give you something you can't handle. So what you have to do is continue to just keep going every day. Never stop, because like I tell people all the time, man, this thing we call life ain't nothing promised but death. And so why waste your time doing negative things that you know is never going to lead you anywhere? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I learned that the jails don't tell people, because people just don't have an understanding. Because the lack of understanding is what hold us back. You know what I'm saying? People meant to be. So my legacy is this, man. If y'all remember one thing from me, just remember, Kyrie always trying to motivate you to be the best person you could be. I'm not perfect, and sometimes I feel like this. At the end of the day, you can only talk to people that want to listen, but I want to talk to all the youth and just, hey, use me as motivation to get to the top. I ain't perfect. I ain't where I need to be, but I'm going to get there, and just keep going, man. That's all I want people to do. Keep going. Whenever you fall down, learn to pick yourself back up and just keep moving, man. That's it. Self-accountable for anything you do, you know? So, yeah.
I love it. I love it. That's excellent. That's excellent. And, you know, of course, one of the things that really greatly shapes our life are our habits, our daily habits, because, you know, life is not just one event. It's actually a series of events that, you know, all work together to produce a successful life. And so what would you say are some of the key daily habits that help you to be successful?
I'm going to keep it real. One thing I do, the first thing I do, when I wake up, I pray. You gotta pray. You have to pray. I don't care what you going, I don't care where you at. You could be dead tired. You pray before you brush your teeth. You always pray. Then go brush your teeth and do what you gotta do. I pray. I work out. You know, come back home, eat breakfast, and just continue with those daily activities. And so once I do that, you know, just going by my day, go to work, and just keep on doing that same thing every day. I'm writing, because right now I'm in the process of writing another book, and so just keep on working on my second book and just keep doing like that. So every day I may take some notes down, my second book, and it was going to come out October 5th, but I may have to push it back so I can just get more information, because I didn't want to rush. I wanted to be great for my people. You know what I'm saying? And so, so that's always my daily things I do. Those simple things. Wake up in the morning, pray, you know what I'm saying? Make sure I go work out, make sure I keep myself healthy, because if you're not healthy, you ain't gonna be around enjoy your riches or whatever you want to enjoy. You gotta take care of your mind, because your mind, that's the most powerful thing, man. Because your mind is so beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Health is wealth. Without it, you can't do nothing. And so, those are my daily things I do, just in order to make sure I just be in a good frame of life, and just simple things like that, man, just help me get through my day and do my daily things. I just continue to do every day.
Wow, that's powerful. That's excellent. Excellent. Now, you know, speaking of like, you know, work and career and everything, you know, one of the things that a lot of people struggle with is the management of money. You know, they say that over 70% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and that, you know, a lot of people really struggle to handle money properly. And so tell me this, in your experience and in your life right now, what advice would you give to younger people about how to manage money wisely?
I'm going to keep it real. It's simple. My thing is, with money, I'm going to be honest, when you're young, you want to do some foolish things with money, but at the same time, it comes down to a point in your life where you have to realize, okay, cool, I can't buy this if I can't afford it. My whole thing is, if I can't buy something 3 times, I can't really afford it. You know what I'm saying? So if you work in a job and say you're making at least $16, $17 an hour, you save 10% of that. You know, don't overspend. Save up at least $12,000 in your savings. Start your business. Get your LLC. But the thing is, if you have rent, you have bills and all that other stuff, you know, you might want to pick up a second job. If you drive, you may want to do Uber, Lyft, or something like that, just to get you some easy income. You know, you may want to just pick up a second job, something that's not as strenuous, something that's not going to strain you from your energy just in case you coming from your first job, you know what I'm saying? And so pick up a second job, save up really $12,000 and find something you really love to do that can make you six figures, you know? So whatever you want to do, such as, okay, you want to make music, go to the studio, you know, go to the studio and you could build your own studio, charge people for studio time and just, you know, and nothing's going to be like nothing's going to happen overnight. You have to work for things. And that's what some people forget. You have to work through things. And so, yeah, so that's how, you know, I manage money. So basically whenever I get paid, I just put up a certain amount of money every time, no matter what. Certain amount of money, pay my bills. Always pay yourself first. You got to pay yourself first because there's no point of working a job and all you're doing is blowing your money on shoes, clothes, and all that other stuff because you're never going to, you know, get anywhere. Pay yourself first. Pay your bills. Look at all the things you have to do. Continue if you got your business going. You know, okay, how can I invest in my business? How can I do things like that to keep me going? And investments, you know, you got to invest in yourself. That's the main thing. Investing in yourself is going to take you where you need to be. You just have to find out what you love to do that can make you six figures. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, so you can work a job and make it to the top. It's just about living in your means. Don't live beyond your means. Sometimes you can see so much money coming in from working a job that you may overspend, but you can't overspend. Don't try to go out here and get the most luxurious car because everybody else got a luxurious car. You know, stay in your lane. You know, your time will come. And I feel like if I can't pay it with cash, like for instance, buying a car with cash, I can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is just stay in your lane and continue to work on yourself every day. And it's going to come. Success is going to come. I'm telling you, it's guaranteed for you to come. There's no other way. It's going to come. Just keep working hard and just keep being resilient. And number one, you have to have discipline. You have to have discipline all around the board. So, yeah.
That's excellent. Excellent. Now you mentioned having a side business, you know, and I realize, you know, entrepreneurship is very, very important. I believe that everyone should be an entrepreneur, even if it's just like a side little hustle.
Sure.
You know, what's interesting in today's world is that anything can really be turned into a business if you package it and market it correctly. And so I think it's important to really figure out what is it that you really have a passion for, and then work on trying to find a way to package it and present it to the marketplace in a way that it adds value to other people so that therefore you can have a business. So in your situation, so you have a regular 9-to-5 job, but also you have ideas for entrepreneurship. And so what would be some of those side businesses that you have been a part of and side businesses that you want to be a part of in the future?
I would say basically right now, like my thing is my job right now, I get paid decent money. It's never enough, but it's decent money and it helps me out a lot. And I had my books, which I grossed a good profit off my books. And then I was, you know, in the process of doing vending machines, like buying a vending machine, but it was kind of difficult because locations are the main thing. When you buy a vending machine, it's all about location. You can't just place it anywhere because you're going to lose money. And my goal is to make money, you know what I'm saying? So anybody's goals want to make money. So it takes it's taking a little process to find a good location. But once I find a good location, I'm going to jump on that, you know, get some vending machines, especially with the pandemic. Nobody's leaving their house. And I'm like, you know what? A vending machine is going to be great because people could just come right down the stairs of their apartment building or wherever they are, and they could just go right there, buy a quick snack or something like that. They don't want to go out into the streets to buy anything, you know. And yeah, so that's what I'm on right now. And then doing investments like mutual funds, you know, index funds, all type of things. Just, you know, investing a certain amount of money. I can't tell you how much I invest, but just investing a certain amount of money like every month. And that's what I'm doing now. So I got back on that. I kind of took a pause from it, but now we back on it. And this right now, and that right there just for my generation to come, so I don't have to struggle for my family, just, you know, investing every month for them. And so they could be good in future generations to come.
Yeah, wow, that's deep. That's powerful. You're such a great example, Totac. That's excellent.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell me this, is that how can people find you on the internet, like find you on social media?
So y'all can find me on Twitter, The Real Totac, TheRealTotac. And the same thing for Instagram. On Facebook, you can find me at Kyrie, Khiry, Clark, Clark. So those are my, you know, 3 social medias I be on. I really don't be on Facebook as much, but I'm going to get back on there. But like I said, Instagram and Twitter, you can catch me on there, you know? So, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Oh, and tell me this. So
how my book, go ahead. So if you want my book, all you have to do is DM me on Instagram at TheRealTotac. $10, you know, just DM me and I can bring it to you. I can mail it to you depending on where you live at. And like I said, you get it the same day, you know. Just let me know what you want, I'll bring it to you. So y'all pick up my book, man, As a Man, 100 Codes for Black Males, man. You know, we're going to take over, man. I thank y'all and thank, you know, Clay Smile for having me. Appreciate you. It was an honor to be on your show, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Yes, thank you, Totac. And we are really looking forward to your next book as well. So what we got to do is make sure that we bring you back on the show to talk about your new book once it comes out. You know?
For sure, 100%. Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Awesome, awesome. All right, God bless you. Have a great night.
God bless you too. Thank you for having me, man. For sure.
Oh, my pleasure. All right.